Hey guys, it's Aarava here, and today bringing you a brand new mini-series on my channel called the F1 2014 Mod Short Career Mode 100% Races. So, this is basically an F1 2013 Career Mode, a short one, but using the F1 2014 mod that you'll find in the race department. I've tweaked it a tiny bit, but basically it's the 2014 season mod with all the driver changes and such. I've also added realistic damage, and we'll be starting from 22nd, as always, every Grand Prix. And as you can see by the gameplay here, we are going to be going into the Ferrari, partnering Fernando Alonso. Yes, Kimi Raikkonen was fed up with the 2014 cars the minute he stepped into them in the pre-season testing, so I've come in to replace him at the last minute at Melbourne, which will be the first race. The reason also why it's called the short career mode, as I already mentioned, is because it will only be 7 races long to emulate the brand new short career mode you can do in the new game coming up in October. But as I said, we're going to start off with Melbourne, the season starter in the real season, but I want you guys to comment below on what you want the rest of the season to be. I think Abu Dhabi has to be the finish, but comment below what the 5 tracks in the middle will be. You know, whatever you want, your favourites, just comment below, and the most popular choices I will choose to put in the middle. But here we are for Melbourne, and with this 2014 mod, it's apparently a one-stop, which is quite interesting. I guess because we've got the tyre changes, we've now got the softs as the option tyres and mediums as the prime tyre instead of the super softs and softs, so that'll be a bit interesting to see how that plays out. But yeah, we're here with the 2014 mod. All the new driver changes are here. Obviously, we already had the new kind of turbo sounds of my Ultra mod career mode, but we're here for a short career mode, 7 races. That will hopefully be enough to get us through to October and the 2014 game release. So I hope you guys really enjoy this series, and if you're looking forward to it, then do leave a like and tell me if you're looking forward to it, and be sure again to comment below the 5 tracks you want to see for this season. But here we go onto the grid. We're going to be partnering Fernando Alonso in the Ferrari. Let's see how we can do. I think he's qualified in 3rd place, if I'm not mistaken. As we get onto the grid now, Lewis Hamilton on pole in his shiny new white helmet there. I believe that's Sebastian Vettel in 2nd, and there we go, Fernando Alonso, our teammate, in 3rd place. And as I said, we're in 22nd place, just because, you know, the Ferrari, you know, compared to the rest of the grid, you know, it'd be pretty easy if I qualified. So we're going to start 22nd, as we did in the Ultra Mod career mode. So here we go, 5 red lights for this 100% race, 7 race career mode, and we are off here in the Ferrari, and we're actually getting bogged down quite a bit. Not an amazing start, actually, as even the Caterham of Ericsson gets away from us. But we've got the realistic damage mod installed on this as well, so we're going to have to be careful as we just clip Ericsson's. We actually already lose a tiny bit of our front wing, so that is not good. That's going to affect us a bit on the turning, but we're going to have to hopefully just battle through it. Kobe, actually, they're going quite slowly. We've overtaken him for 21st place. We're going to go down the inside of all these AI cars, going very slow. There's already been a bit of contact there. I think Romain Grosjean might have lost his front wing as Verne goes easily around him. I think he definitely has lost his front wing, or at least a part of it. I think, yep, there we go. No front wing. I just about saw that in the left-hand side of the screen. Now we're up to 14th place behind Jean-Eric Verne in the Toro Rosso. Going to take it quite easy. Heavy fuel here. We've got 58 laps, so we're going to have to watch it. Felipe Massa up ahead in 12th in his Williams. We're going to try and overtake Verne now around the outside. Looks like Massa's struggling. I think, yep, he's got no front wing as well. So there's been a lot of carnage here at the Melbourne Grand Prix. So that's already 2 cars I've seen with wings off. We've still got 22 runners in this Grand Prix. I suspect that will change inevitably by the end of it, because I believe in my Ultra Mod career mode only 9 people finish. So I think we'll definitely only see about, maybe, I'm going to guess 15 places at least finish. So we're going to cut later on onto lap 3 now. We're behind Jenson Button. We've caught up to him, and we're going to try and get him for 11th place here. Him in the Mclaren. Obviously, the Ferrari, not the most amazing engine at the moment this season. Probably going to have to go back to Maranello and ask them if they can just put a bit more boost on it. As you can see, Button is just OP, just slipstreaming away from me behind whoever that is. Is that a Toro Rosso? I think that's a Toro Rosso. I'm completely blind. So I'm slipstreaming Jenson Button here. Can we get 11th place? We're in the slipstream. We're going to have to try and make it happen in the corners, down the inside, and we make that pass done. So I think that's where we're going to get most of the moves done, guys, in the corners. In straight line, this Ferrari really isn't working for us at the moment. You could see there, you know, I got him in the corner, but on the straight, he really wasn't there for the taking. And now we're behind Danny Kvyat, the Russian, here in the Toro Rosso, and we're on the pit straight, opening DRS. Can we get enough slipstream with DRS? We're still not gaining on him. We're just about getting on him now. We're going to have to make it happen to the corner, dive down the inside, and we've made the move done. Just about squeezed him out there. Yes, we have. And Sebastian Vettel has set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Very surprising. Maybe Mercedes are just sandbagging quite a bit at this moment in time. But we're in the points now, 10th place. So Fernando Alonso, no idea where he is. But we're going to have to try and back him up. Otherwise, Alonso might get a bit cranky at us, as he can't pull the weight of the team solely like he is in real life at the moment. Now we're on the back of Nico Hülkenberg on lap 4, towards the end of lap 4, going to lap 5 now. Him in the Force India. Now the German, very good at holding people up in real life. He's defended Ferraris many a time in his career. Let's see if he'll be able to hold us up. We're gaining on him actually quite surprisingly. The Mercedes-powered Force India going very slow indeed. Maybe he's saving a lot of fuel because we've just stormed past him. Maybe he is saving of some fuel. I've gone on a normal fuel strategy, so I've got about 2 laps plus left of fuel left, so we don't have to save any right now. Looks like that Force India was, though. And now we're chasing down Kevin Magnussen. Let's hope we can gain on him in the next few laps, the Dane. And we're coming on to lap 7, and we're right behind Kevin now, going into lap 7, into this hairpin-style corner. The right-hander, very tight stuff, first gear. And can we maybe try and get him through the corners? As I said before, the corners is where we can get the AI basically on the straights. This Ferrari is quite surprisingly slow with this mod. So now we're going to try and get Kevin Magnussen dive down the inside. He's going to give us the room. He gave us the room. He was sort of caught, we caught him napping slightly there. So we got the move done for 8th place. And Nico Rosberg in 7th place. So I don't know what's wrong with Rosberg. Maybe Rosberg's got some sort of ERS problem or some turbo issues, because he's in 7th place at the moment, not where you'd see a Mercedes. I don't know, maybe Rosberg and Hamilton have made contact. Maybe that's why Vettel's going so well. I'm not too sure where Hamilton is in all of this, but Rosberg is 7th place. That's all we know and can be sure of. So let's hope we can chase him down. 7 seconds to him, so let's see what we can do. Cutting later onto the Grand Prix, 7 laps later, and we have finally caught up to Rosberg, and he's actually being held up by a Force India here. Being held up by the Force India of Sergio Perez, so it seems both Force India is good at holding people up and defending quite well, because Rosberg in the OP Mercedes hasn't been able to overtake him. We've gained a lot in the corners here on Rosberg. We're going to have to maybe just kind of force a move, really, because I don't see us catching Mercedes on the straight. We're going to force the move now down the inside. Rosberg gives us the room. We tap a tiny bit. I tapped his side pod with my right front tyre. We've just gone around the outside of Rosberg there, so we made the move done, and out onto lap 15 behind Sergio Perez. And now this is the point where we're going to have to pause the video so I can explain some stuff. So going into this next corner, the gameplay starts lagging. Now, the reason why I paused it is because the lagging of the gameplay is so bad that I just didn't want to show you guys, because it just wouldn't be very nice to view. Essentially, what happened is, you'll see a screenshot on screen now. This is me going through that next corner, and basically, as you can see there, I'm going to zoom in now, there's Fernando Alonso. He crashed out spectacularly on the next lap. Now, I don't know how or what happened, but that caused the game to lag out a bit, and my recording software, Bandicam, also couldn't cope with the frame rate of the game lagging about. So for quite a lot of the laps after this incident, the game was kind of adjusting and lagging a bit. It was putting a bit of strain on my PC, just because I think it couldn't handle the crash. I think the game simply couldn't handle the spectacular crash my teammate had. So the gameplay was lagging, so that's why I paused the video. We're going to cut much later on to the Grand Prix when the footage stopped lagging. I hope you guys don't mind that. Not too much happened, to be honest. We overtook Alonso, obviously, because he crashed, but we stayed behind Perez, and a safety car came into effect because of Alonso's crash. He was in a very bad position, so the safety car came out. So that's all you've missed with the gameplay lagging. Really unfortunate, really sorry for that. Very annoyed by that, but the game just couldn't handle whatever spectacular mayhem Alonso got himself into. So we're going to cut back into the action right now under the safety car. So we're right back with the action. The safety car has just come in, and we are chasing after Sergio Perez on the restart. There's some slower cars there, but we're behind Sergio Perez up to 4th place. Lewis Hamilton is now in 5th. Looks like he pit under the safety car and has gone onto the prime tyres. But now we've cut a lot later onto the Grand Prix. Lap 24 now. As you can see, it's overcast weather. Hamilton is closing up on me, and we have completely lost sight of Perez. Perez storming away in the Force India. Very surprising to see. He's 7 seconds ahead, so he pulled about 7 seconds in, what was that, about 6 laps. So that's a mega pace from the Force India there from Perez. But as I said, Hamilton is right on my gearbox now. He's already pit onto the prime tyres under the safety car. Probably a clever move from Hamilton, but as you can see, it's overcast weather now. It got very gloomy very fast, and I think there may even be some rain here. I believe there was 0% chance of rain. But knowing Codemasters, I mean, I've seen it plenty of times before. You know, you go into a session, it says 100% chance of rain, and it's completely bone dry, so I wouldn't put it past it for the game to start raining when it says 0%. But as I'm talking about that, Hamilton stormed past us. I didn't put up much of a fight, to be fair. There's no real point. The Mercedes is so fast in a straight line right now. It's very OP, so we're just going to have to stick behind Hamilton and hope for the best. Rosberg's saying the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. He's behind me, so hopefully he doesn't catch me and bog me down. But here on lap 26, as we go through the last corner, you can see my pit stop is coming up. That was for the dry pit stop, as my pit stop, I believe, was lap 25 for the prime tyres. What I'm thinking now, you can see on screen, I hope you guys can just about see, there's some rain falling down. So my thought is, you know, these options aren't too bad. So if I can stay out and then wait until it's time for intermediates, I think I'll be golden. As we cut to lap 31, that is exactly what has happened. We're struggling a tiny bit on the options right now. You can see on the right, the graphic tells us the tyres are getting very cold. It's time for intermediate tyres. We've stuck it out on these option tyres. It's paid off for us. We're up to 3rd place now. I believe Sergio Perez already pit, and Vettel did as well. They're on the prime tyres, so they stupidly pit. They should have done what I did and stayed out, but of course, they're AI. They're not too clever. So we're up to 3rd place now. Rosberg 2nd, and Hamilton is 1st. It's a 1-2 with Mercedes now. So at the beginning of the Grand Prix, Mercedes didn't look too OP, but now they've really gone to their zone. They're in the 1-2, and they're probably battling up ahead, but we'll never know until we maybe get close to them. Probably not. But we're going to come into the pits now with Sebastian Vettel for the intermediate tyres. We're going to have to see how those go. Hopefully we can have some more pace on the intermediates. I believe we'll have our front wing change, will we not? Yes, we will. We will have our front wing change. So there we go. That's going to hold us up a bit in the pits. And, yep, there we go. Vettel has overtaken us, annoyingly, because of that front wing off we had. Had a little bit of a clipping of the front wing on the first lap, first corner. So that meant Vettel's overtaken us. So we're going to have to push on the intermediate tyres and try and catch Vettel. Let's see how the pace is on the intermediates. Hoping that it's much better on the dries, because to be honest, on the dries, I was actually quite struggling. I was getting a lot of time in the braking zones and in the corners against the AI, but down the straights, wow, this Ferrari does not have any pace. We really need to go back to Maranello and ask them for an upgrade on the engine. So we cut to lap 34, and you can see the spray is quite a lot here at Melbourne, and it is truly a very wet race here on the intermediates. Don't think we'll have to go to the full wets though. At the moment, the intermediates working very well. We're catching up to Vettel quite a lot. You can see through turn 1 again, massively through there, as I believe Vettel went a tiny bit wide. We've got the curves, used about half of it now. Can we maybe make a move down the inside? We're going to try it down the inside of Sebastian Vettel, side by side. He's still there, having to lose the rear a tad. We're going to go around the outside of Vettel now. He gives us the room, gives us the respect, and we're up to 3rd place now against Sebastian Vettel. Great stuff. So we're in the podium positions now. Wouldn't have thought it around, you know, lap 14. We're down in, like, what was it, 7th place. But after the Fernando Alonso crash and the safety car, we've got up to 3rd place in the tricky intermediate conditions. So that's pretty good. And we cut on to lap 39 now. As you can see, the spray has died down. I think it's starting to dry out. I think the rain has actually stopped falling, because I think that's why the rain droplets are a bit less. You can see I'm just cooling the car down, cooling the tyres down by going offline and not on the racing line, just to keep the tyres in. It's starting to dry. I believe it should be about dry tyres, maybe within the next lap even. We'll have to see how it goes. I'm just going to try and stick it out. We're in 2nd place at the moment. Rosberg's already pit. I believe he pit for... well, I actually don't know what he pit for. I think he must have gotten some sort of crash or something like that, because I don't know why he would pit. Hamilton's not pit. He's like 28 seconds ahead of me, so I think Rosberg may have had a crash or something like that. But we're on lap 41 now. 2 laps later, we're still on the intermediate tyres, but it is definitely time for dries. You can see there's absolutely no spray on our camera now, so we're going to come into the pits for the option tyres again. Obviously, the rules, we don't have to go into the prime tyres now because we've been on the inters. So into the pits for the option tyres. We can easily go to the end now to lap 58. Hopefully, we can stay ahead of Vettel in 2nd place. We're going to have to see about that. A good pit stop there for my Ferrari pit crew. Obviously, they've got no other occupancy. Obviously, Alonso's crashed out, so they can fully focus on my pit stops. So we're coming out in 2nd place at the moment. Will it still be 2nd? You can look in the mini-map. I think Vettel is getting very close to me on the mini-map, but we should just about get out ahead in 2nd place, and we do. Vettel is right there behind me, though. I think that is him as we look back in our rear view mirror. So Hamilton's in 1st by a long way, 32 seconds. My God. So now we're cut onto lap 51. We've got 7 laps left of this Grand Prix, guys. Sebastian Vettel is right behind me there. So is Nico Rosberg. So Rosberg seemingly had some sort of crash or just pit stupidly a bit too early, and now he is coming back at us right behind Vettel. And so there they are, Vettel getting a beautiful slipstream. What is this OP? He's catching up to me so much. Going to the first corner side by side, going very slow. He's still there on my inside on the left. Rosberg closing up now. They're both slipstreaming me, and this may be, we're going 3 wide. This may be 3 wide action here. Rosberg's got ahead of Vettel. Rosberg's there, going to squeeze him out on the outside of the apex, and Vettel's got past Rosberg, it looks like. We're back up to 2nd place. Vettel's in 3rd. Rosberg down back to 4th place, and that was very close. We nearly made it 3 wide there down that straight with Rosberg and Vettel. Coming on to the next lap, on towards the next lap, lap 53 now. Vettel is in the slipstream again. I'm using half my curves, but it's no use. Look at the speed Vettel has. What is this sort of hacks? I think the modder has got the performance a tiny bit wrong here, because the Red Bull shouldn't be overtaking me in a straight line. Should be the other way around. I think the Renault is definitely a worse engine than the Ferrari one in real life, but never mind. We've got a full bar of curves. We've got about, what's that, 5 laps left to try and overtake Vettel. He's overtaken us. I couldn't defend him as well as I could against him on the last lap, so we're going to just try and have to overtake him here. Getting very close to him, staying with his gearbox here. If we can stay in this sort of distance, we can overtake Sebastian Vettel here. Going now through the chicane now. We're going to try and overtake Sebastian Vettel. We're sticking with him. We've got 2 laps left, or pretty much 1 lap as we're ending lap 57. We're right behind Sebastian Vettel, still within a second now. We've got half a bar of curves, really gained on it in that corner. The car is working lovely right now at the moment on these option tyres in these overcast conditions. We're closing up on Sebastian. I'm going to try down the inside, very close, but not going to make it happen. But that has unsettled Sebastian Vettel, and that may have just unsettled him enough that we can maybe overtake him. We're in the DRS using all the curves. We're really not getting on it at all. We're getting on him a tiny bit now towards the end of the straight, but it's just not enough. Through the first corner now, we're going to have to try go down the inside. We've unsettled Vettel yet again. He's gone wide now, and we're just unsettling him, trying to make a move. We're using a lot of the curves now, opening the DRS. Can we maybe make a move down the inside of the German? Yes, we do. Diving down the inside, locked up though, but we've made the move stick, and I think that is it. I think that's it. We've got Sebastian Vettel on the last lap of the Grand Prix. We've just made that pass done. Lewis Hamilton has won the Grand Prix. He has won it by a long way. That Mercedes is really showing the OP-ness. I think he really flexed his muscle there at the end of the race, stretching out huge lead. But we have got Sebastian Vettel for 2nd place in the first race of this short 7-race career mode, guys. Hope you guys thoroughly enjoyed that race. That was a fantastic battle with Vettel at the end. But we've got 2nd place. I think Ferrari will be very happy with me, and quite disappointed with Alonso. So, yeah, that's 2nd place. Very good stuff there. 18 points for Ferrari. Let's see what the result. Rosberg didn't even finish. Rosberg DNF'd at the end, so I don't even know what happened to him. But we've got 2nd place. Sergio Perez in 4th. Kevin Magnussen gets 5th. Ricciardo in the other Red Bull in 6th place. Maldonado surprisingly gets 7th, which is quite weird. A lot of DNFs, both Williams DNF, so some bad luck for the Williams there. But it's been a good first race of this 7-race career mode. As always, guys, if you did enjoy that, give it a like, comment below what you thought, and subscribe if you're new. That was a fantastic race. If you want to see more, then do subscribe for more. Yeah, if you did enjoy that whole 2014 mod, then do tell me, and we'll continue doing this series. Obviously, 7 races, so we've done 6 races to go. As I said, I probably think Abu Dhabi should be the last race of this mini career mode series, but do comment below what you think the other 5 should be, and I will take your suggestions on board for the next 5 races and decide as I go. But here's the Driver Championship. As you can see, Hamilton leads with 25 points and 18. Basically the race results. No need to explain that anymore. But it's been a fantastic race. Really crazy stuff with the intermediates and at the beginning. Apologies for that lagging gameplay. Really annoyed about that. It did look like a spectacular crash for Alonso. Would have liked to have maybe done a slow-mo to see what happened, but the game was lagging out so much it just wasn't a pleasurable viewing. So nevertheless, I hope you enjoyed that whole episode, guys. If you did, give it a like, comment below what you thought, subscribe if you're new for weekly F1. I've been aarava, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope to see you guys next time. And again, do remember to comment below what 5 races you want to see next time. I'll see you guys next time. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.